The human soul seems drawn to things that are crafted by hand. But why? I am writing a book. How would you feel if I told you it was actually written by ChatGPT? No, don't leave yet. I'm kicking it off with an extreme example to make a point. Of course you'd outright reject it. It's words on pages. If those words didn't actually come out of my mind, it's worthless. It isn't my book. My name does not deserve to be on the spine. Now let's contrast that example with something from the other end of the spectrum. A t-shirt. A plain white t-shirt. Let's say you have no love for clothes. T-shirt is purely utilitarian. You don't care where it came from. You care that it's comfortable enough for you and that it fits. And that it's plain white. Between those two is a spectrum. A spectrum of how much the story matters to you. Because story is, in part, what it is. Every item you buy exists in two worlds. In the physical world and in the world of our minds, collective and individual. On the side of the t-shirt, we care little, and the product exists mainly in the physical world. On the side of the book, the real value is played out in our minds. The realm of story. But to complete this chart, we need a third parameter. Design. There's a certain pair of shoes I've been dreaming of lately. I'll not mention brands in this video, but they are thin, flexible, waterproof, and they look great. And when I think of them, I think of how they look. I think of the places I would use them, how they'd enable me to roam the forest freely, stepping through marshland and climbing trees, all unhampered. They fall somewhere dead in the middle. They're utilitarian, they look great, and the story of adventure immerses the entire presentation of the product. I do believe a brand is the strongest when it falls somewhere close to the middle of the diagram. Handcrafted items can also fall anywhere on this diagram. In the example of a hand-wired guitar amp I'm currently drooling over but unable to afford, the handcraft adds a lot of utility. There's just something about amps in particular that makes the actual sound benefit a lot from hand wiring above machine wiring. Of course, in the middle of editing this video, I decided to go and research those amps a little bit more, and I realized that it's very contentious whether it actually does something for the sound, but it's clear that it does something for the sturdiness of amp, and it does something for the mod ability, which cannot be done unless it's done by hand. So my point remains. Some handcraft we love simply because it cannot be done any other way, at least not with the same quality of outcome. Another classic example of this is when they needed chainmail for the Lord of the Rings movies.
So this is chainmail, lots of it.
Because if you know me, I have to mention the Lord of the Rings movies. They had to resort to a few people spending an inordinate amount of time manually gluing together these little circles. There was simply no other way than the handcrafted way. I don't know how to say inordinate. Is that how you say it? I don't know. Some handcrafted items are actually of worse utility, and this is maybe the most interesting place to dig into the psychology behind why we love handcraft. If the product is actually worse, we gotta really love the story. I had the perfect example, but I didn't manage to find it. It's a knife made out of wood that my dad helped me make as a child. So no blade, just wood. It does in no way beat out other products in terms of utility. But to those whom the story matters, it is valuable. That would be me and my dad. It's the simple example of a child giving a piece of art to their parents. It's not its objective beauty that matters, it's the story behind it. On the side of beauty, handmade artwork can have a beauty of its own. It's something of the charm of seeing real pen lines indented into the paper. But such a piece of art is also heavily story-driven. The knowledge that someone sat all consumed in the act of creation and made this. And perhaps the knowledge that this is one of a kind. It is the original. So if you want to support us and what we do here, you can buy beanies, hand knit in Norway, or you can buy this artwork that I showed you earlier in the video. made by the infamous Indonesian artist K in collaboration with us. Please focus on it, yes. Very nice artwork. You can also buy that to support us and have this beautiful piece of art in your home. And it's also a colored version that we colored digitally after scanning it. Thank you for all the support, and if you have no other way to support us, hit the like buttons, leave a little nice comment, and then there's no then. It's over.